Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well day or night whenever you tune in and see this. So this is going to be some astrology notes for everyone for the time period from June 21st, which is today, to July 21st. All right. So we're going to go over a couple of things and talk about the summer solstice, which is also today happening in the northern hemisphere. And as you can see, I'm in a new setup here for just a little bit of time for probably like a month or two. So yeah, we got some of our goodies up here, but not too much going on in the background, as you can see. But that's okay, because hopefully, it's more to focus on what we're speaking about. All right, so again, I hope everyone is doing well whenever you see this, day or night, and all are welcome. And yeah, if you like this video after the fact, please feel free to hit the thumbs up on the channel here, because it does help YouTube's algorithms to share the video with more people. So if you want to, feel free to do that, but of course you don't have to, of course. What else? Yes, so everyone has, if you don't already know, all 12 zodiac signs throughout each of our individual birth charts somewhere, okay? So even when we're talking about, let's say, Scorpio and your sun sign Leo, you have Scorpio somewhere in your chart, so there's always a message for you. So after I do this astrology video, I will be doing the video for Cancer, and then hopefully later this evening, I'll be doing a short little summer solstice ritual that I'm going to share with you guys as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the astrology notes. So like I was saying before, today, or depending on when you're watching this, right? It is summer solstice, June 21st. It is also the first day of Cancer season. So happy early birthday to all the Cancers out there, sun sign Cancers. So we're going to talk about the summer solstice a little bit, right? So if you're not aware, right, it is the longest day of the year and the shortest night. Okay, so it's kind of like the height of summer, but it's all about abundance, fertility, love. Divination is great to do tonight, tarot readings or any type of readings that you do, or manifestations, meditations, rituals. Yes, Nefertiti, we already saw you in the screenshot of this video, so thank you. Sorry guys, my cat is over here talking. But back to the summer solstice. It's also about growth. It's a great time for cleansing and releasing of the old to make room for the new. It's about healing, solar energy, the warmth of the sun, right? Inspiration and success, just to name a few. And then I was mentioning that it's the first day of Cancer season, right? So Cancer is a water sign, but they're really known, just to say a brief thing about it, for their emotions, for their feelings, for their psychic ability, for their intuitive nature. So, that is really cool that we're getting here into Cancer season. All right, so following June 21st, on June 22nd, Venus is going to be entering into air sign Gemini. So Venus rules matters of love, beauty, and higher assets or forms of money, big assets, big wealth, right? So when Venus is going to be entering into air sign Gemini, Gemini is all about communication, expression. They're really fast witted people, right? So sun sign Geminis can be. So that sounds great, right? So we want to have communication. We want to have expression with our Venus, right? Because Venus is moving into Gemini. So we want our love, our assets, our bigger forms of wealth, of course, have communication, be expressive, be quick-witted, have a fast tongue, as they say, but a good tongue. So all those things are really nice placement here. And that's happening tomorrow, of course, depending on you're watching this, but June 22nd. Now, moving forward, on June 25th, Jupiter, which is all the planet of abundance, right? It rules Sagittarius and Pisces. It's the second ruler of Pisces, but it is all about education, travel, religion, law, just to name a few. But again, it's really known as the abundance planet. If you find where Jupiter is in your chart, you can find where you can bring more abundance into your life. And abundance isn't just money, right? It's whatever you want to manifest in your life. So Jupiter is going to be semi-square the true node or north node, which is currently in Taurus, okay? So Earth sign Taurus is about stability. So hopefully bringing stability and the Earth like groundedness quality to travel, religion, education, law. All right. But of course, if you want to look more into your north node is usually about, and not everyone's north node, of course, is in Taurus, right? But currently it's in Taurus right now for everybody. But your individual north node is about kind of like your career path, your life mission in this body, in this time while on Earth. Now, your south node would be more karmic lessons and things learned from the past. All right. So you can always look more into it. I think I have other videos that talk about it too. All right. So moving forward, the big thing that we're going to talk about here in this note, and a lot of people could have already been feeling it ahead of time, is we have a planet going into retrograde, right? So Neptune is going into retrograde on June 28th. It's also the same day that we have a new moon in Cancer. But we'll talk about the new moon in a second because the Neptune retrograde is definitely more important here. So when we talk about Neptune, this is the first ruler of Pisces, right? 12th house ruler. Neptune normally is about inspiration, beauty, dreams, illusions, subconscious, fantasy, intuition, magic, enchanting energy, higher spiritual level, right? But the shadow side of Neptune, whether it's going forward motion or retrograde motion like it is now, we also have the shadow side that deals with drugs, alcohol, and being in trances. So if you are going to, partake in the substances, just always kind of be aware what's going on with Neptune, how that might affect you, and just take things in moderation, right? Is a general rule. But anyway, here, when we're talking about the planet going in retrograde, right? Not all retrogrades are bad, just like because Mercury retrograde always gets a bad rep. But Neptune retrograde is kind of similar to all retrogrades in the aspect that is asking us to review something. So you can always, if there's wounds that haven't healed around some of those themes that I mentioned, maybe now it's time to finalize that healing with those particular wounds, right? Or it's getting, you're getting back on track with your spiritual side, your intuition, your dreams, you're getting into your subconscious mind or other subconscious mind, you're bringing more intuition, right? But just don't take it too far into like the fantasy world, right? As they say, okay? Especially after we just had the Sagittarius full moon, strawberry full moon, right? Because Sagittarius, and I say this with love because I'm a sun sign Sagittarius, we do have a tendency sometimes to take things too far in the fantasy world. So make sure you always ground yourself and have your goals and your plans and how you can, bring those things into fruition in the 3D world, not only the 5D spiritual world. All right. So, the other thing I wanted to look up, I forgot to do it ahead of time. Sorry, guys. I wanted to look up when the last Neptune retrograde happened last year, probably, right? Because sometimes if there was stuff going on during the last Neptune retrograde, it can come up again during this current Neptune retrograde that's going to happen on June 28th. So let me just look up here real quickly. June retrograde dates, 2021. Whoa, it just jumped to 2032. That's weird. Okay, could be a message for somebody. That's real far in advance. All right, 21. So we had around the same time, kind of makes sense, right? A lot of astrology, not all, right, will happen in particular cycles. So if it's happening right this year in 2022 on June 28th, last year it happened on June 25th. Okay, in 2021, and it went until December 1st. Okay, now this one I believe is also going to December. I'll give you the exact date right now. It's going to December 3rd. Okay, So again, could be, referencing some stuff that was happening for you last year in regards to these Neptune themes that maybe are going to come up again. All right, so moving forward though, we also have on the same day, on that June 28th, a new moon in Cancer. So of course, even though we're in Cancer season, anytime we have a new moon, a lot of people like to do their manifestations or their spell work, at that time, because it is when the moon is the smallest of the C shape, right? And so it is slowly building to reach its height and its full power. But to each his own, right? So everyone, you can do your manifestations, you can do your prayers, your magic, your visualizations, whatever you want to call it at any time. But we do have that new moon on the 28th. All right, now moving forward, this is really interesting. I have to also look up when this happened last year. We have asteroid Athena Pallas, known as Pallas, okay, is going to be entering into air sign Gemini on July 4th. Okay, so of course, there is here in the USA, that's Independence Day, right? A lot of crossover themes about maybe what Independence Day means, right? As far as here in the US. Okay, so Athena Pallas, right? I said she's an asteroid, not a planet. She's known for wisdom, defense, talents in the arts, intuition, and justice. Okay, so when we talk about justice, then we're talking about Independence Day. I just thought that was really interesting. I'll look it up in a minute when it happened last year. I don't think it was on July 4th, but just really cool that that's happening, the parallels there. All right, so Athena Pallas also represents, for some, can be our immune systems when we're talking about defense, right? Our bodies, our immune systems are trying to protect us. So definitely look into themes of health during this time. If there's something going on with yourself, oh hush. So, it's just really interesting though, right? Again, about it being here in the US, Independence Day on July 4th, and having that crossover theme with Athena Pallas of Justice. It also, some questions that can come up during a Pallas change from signs, right? Or just it being in its current placement here on July 4th. It can be asking us questions like who is wise, and why do we believe them, and who says that, okay? Just as an example, all right? So let me look up here real quickly. Sorry, I didn't do that earlier. When the last Athena Pallas placement was in Gemini last year. Okay, so like I said, because it goes through all the signs. So let's see, Athena Pallas in Gemini. Oops. In Gemini dates for 2021. Okay, hold on one second. Let's see here. It's telling me about the solar eclipse last year. That's cool, but that's not what I want. Here we go. Let's see. Maybe this will give me what I want. Hold on. It's giving me all this history. Let's see. It does say something interesting here. That's not the exact date that I was looking for, but it says when Athena Pallas is in Gemini, it's the debater, the writer, using words to express their ideas around social issues and injustice, right? So justice. This is the verbal warrior manifestation of Pallas, William F. Buckley. Okay, interesting. Let's see though, because when I was saying before, right, how Gemini, its ruler is Mercury, and we're talking about communication, and we're talking about being expressive, and being quick-witted and having a fast tongue, right? When that comes together with that Athena Pallas asteroid in Gemini, right, it can really bring out more support of wisdom, of justice, of talents in the arts, our immune systems, our health, right? So it can bring even more verbal support of those things, okay? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find the dates. It's just giving me not what I want. Okay, hold on. Let me try. You know what? I'll look it up later and I'll post it in the notes because, oops, it's taking me back to 2020 instead of 2021. And then it's giving me all the stuff about coronavirus, right? Because I said health and your immune system is, and that's not really what we want to talk about. I wanted the specific date. So I'll look it up later for you guys and post it in the notes or a comment if that's something of importance to you. All right, but let's keep moving forward here. So the next astrology note we have is on July 5th. Mars is going to be entering into Taurus. All right. And also on the same day, Mercury is going to be entering into Cancer now. So the first one, when Mars enters into Taurus, Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? So when we think of warlike energy, just as an example, right? The god of war. But there's so much more to Aries or to that Mars energy, right? So it's also about, yes, it is about anger and frustrations and warlike qualities, but it also is about creativity and passion and entrepreneurship, right? Since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, right? They really have that go-getter quality to themselves. They want to start doing stuff by themselves. They will accept help later, but they usually tend to get a head start on whatever it is they're working on, okay? So when this Mars energy enters into Taurus, right? We're talking about Mars fire sign energy into Earth sign Taurus, right? It can bring more of a grounding quality, a stability, but also a little bit of stubbornness too, right? When we're talking about Taurus, the bull. But it is hopefully going to be a nice complementary energy. It depends, right? It'll be different for everybody depending on what's going on currently in your life. When we're talking about July 5th coming up, right? But then the other thing that I was mentioning that happens on the same day when Mercury enters into Cancer. Mercury, right, is communications, electronics, that kind of thing, right? How we express ourselves. And when it's going to be entering into Cancer during Cancer season, it's going to bring a more air sign, right, Mercury, with water sign Cancer. So it's going to be hopefully a nice complementary energy where you have air being also balanced by water, water being also balanced by air, right? So when we talk about Cancer, again, that just to name a few, is about the water sign emotions, feelings, intuitiveness, intuition, psychic qualities, right? So it could be that some people are feeling more psychic or more in touch with their feelings during this time, and they're being more expressive than normal about it, okay? So that's just an example. All right, we'll keep moving forward here. Now on July 6th, we have a first quarter moon. We always, of course, talk about what the moon is doing and all the planets and asteroids as they come up and their importance, right? And then on July 6th, we have Vesta, which is also an asteroid, is going to be now going into retrograde. And Nefertiti is jumping around, I guess. Maybe you guys saw her. But Vesta represents our aspirations, our goals, our plans, right? So just because it's going in retrograde now doesn't mean that, again, that it's a bad thing. It could have us be revisiting things around our goals, inspiration, and plans that weren't fully formed before, that was still missing something. You're really showing out today, Nefertiti. Okay. As long as you're quiet. No. That's too far. Come on. Nope. Sorry, guys. Okay, maybe you had something to say about Vesta, Nefertiti. She's like, I got some goals and aspirations and plans is to knock over mom's computer and rub my chin all over it. All right. Anyway, guys, sorry. So back to what I was saying with the Vesta, not Vespa, the scooter, but Vesta retrograde could just be going over like, okay, are you sure you want this to be your plan, your goal, your aspiration? Maybe there's something that you left out about it or something that needs to be revised, revisited, reworked, right? Because after all, that's what all retrogrades are really about, okay? The three Nefertiti, shh, come here. the three re's, right? Or more than three, okay? So hopefully that made sense, and I got that out between Nefertiti making all her noise. So let's keep going, all right? And let's see real quick before we keep going now. When the last time Vesta was in retrograde, just so maybe it can give us another clue. Just give me 1 second here. Let's see. Vesta retrograde. Retrograde dates 2021. Okay, so it looks like this happened. Is that right? Okay, yes it is. So last year, around the same time, it happened on June 20th, 2021, and it went till October 18th. And this one is probably going to go to October too. Let's just double check. Sorry guys, 1 second here. So this is wrong. It's giving me Venus instead of Vesta. Why did it do that? It did the right part for this. Date. Okay. So I guess I was wrong before. It gave me Venus. So let's try again. So last year in 2021, Vesta was also in its retrograde, right? From January 19th through April 20th. Let me make sure there was no other dates. Okay. So that's interesting because it is very different, right? Since we're talking about right now, we're in June. But again, you guys, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'll put something in the notes and the comments there in case you're interested. But just like all retrogrades, right, you kind of look back and say what was going on for me during the last specific planet that we're talking about or asteroid that's going retrograde. Okay, let's keep going because my phone is being annoying right now. All right, so we go from the Vesta retrograde on July 7th to then July 13th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. All right, so when we talk about Capricorn energy, it's an earth sign as well. It could be bringing up themes to more of a height during this full moon time around work, education, something a little bit could be stubborn energy as well when we talk about Capricorn, as just like a general kind of statement, right? We see the goat, he's always traveling up the mountain, right? So even if he falls down, he gets back up and he has a stubbornness to keep going, which is not a bad stubbornness, right? So if you know anybody that has a lot of Capricorn in their chart, they're usually really hard workers. So again, I feel like this full moon coming up here in July could have some themes around work, around the Earth Capricorn energy, around being a go-getter, and keep trying at something, okay? Now moving forward, now we're talking about Venus. We have on July 17th, Venus is going to be entering into Cancer. So Venus, like we said before, represents love, beauty, wealth, but big wealth, larger forms of assets or money, okay, is going to be entering into Cancer, water sign Cancer. So you could have, as a general statement, right, since this is a general astrology notes, right, since everyone is different and has different things going on in their life, you could have more intuition, more psychic ability around those themes, around love, beauty, higher forms of assets and money. Okay. So that sounds good to me. I don't know about you guys. You could also be having more feelings about those things as well. But hopefully, even if the feelings are a little difficult at times, it then will strengthen your intuition and give you some messages about how to go about those certain themes. All right. Moving forward, where are we? Yes. So now we're talking about July 19th. Mercury is going to be entering into Leo. So, Mercury, again, communications, electronics, how we verbalize, how we speak, express ourselves, is going to be entering into fire sign Leo. So, Leo is known for passion, creativity. Get your butt out of here. Maybe she's a Leo, wants to be in the spotlight. I don't know. Talking about Leo, passion, creativity, right? What else was I going to say? Yes, so when Mercury, air sign, not air sign, but air planet Mercury is going to be entering into Leo. Girl, you are a mess. Stop. Shh. It can be highlighting those Leo themes or Leo characteristics that we all have Leo somewhere in our chart, okay? Now, on the same day, we have another retrograde here happening. And this time we're talking about Chiron, okay? So the wounded healer Chiron. So this is all about healing old wounds, especially when it's in reverse motion and it's in its retrograde phase, okay? Nefertiti, really? So I want to look up the dates. Hopefully my phone will let me do that real quickly to see last time we were in the Chiron retrograde. If it doesn't give it to me real quickly, then I'll give up. But usually most people know about Chiron and not so much about the other ones, but let's see. Okay. So last year, Chiron was in retrograde from July 15th to December 19th. So what kind of things were coming up for you last July through December of 2021 that had things going on around healing wounds, emotional wounds, physical wounds, spiritual wounds, mental wounds, what have you, right? But also Chiron is a teacher, right? So he's always teaching us something. So it could have something to also do with education, educational pursuits, educational institutions, that kind of thing. So now let's see how long it goes on for this year. So it's going to be going on this year from July 19th to December 19th, okay? So again, just kind of revisiting some things that maybe need to be fully healed this time, or just looked at again to maybe even just be appreciated as you move forward through your healing, right? All right, now moving on to, we're almost done here. We have on July 20th, there's a last quarter moon. And then our last note here is on July 21st, Jupiter, which again is the planet of abundance, or where you'll find your abundance. If you look in your chart where your Jupiter is, you can get even more insight there. But Jupiter is about travel, education. We were just talking about education, media, marketing, religion, and law. Okay, just to name a few. For Jupiter, it's going to be semi-square Saturn. Okay, so this can be kind of a harsh placement for some, and not everybody will necessarily feel it. It just, again, depends. But it's cool to know about it ahead of time, right? So Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. So it's talking about responsibilities and bringing a serious energy or quality to things, getting you serious about something. That's what Saturn does. So when it's semi-square Jupiter, it could be saying getting serious or responsible, or have a more stern, focused, clear path energy around media, marketing, travel, education, religion, and law. All right. So that is pretty much it for our astrology notes for this time period. And again, if you do celebrate the summer solstice, I'll be doing a little video later of just some rituals I'm going to be doing at the beach with some friends. So I'll make sure that I post that a little bit later. But yeah, I hope you guys are well. And I'm also going to be posting the first set of readings. So we're going to be starting with Cancer, since it'll be Cancer season, right? So Cancer will be going first, and then we'll be going through the rest of the signs in the normal order. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and take care, and I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.